You and two of your friends are hanging out. You see one friend and they look miserable, but your other friend sees them smiling and happy. You are both looking at the same expression though. Hey, my name is Luke the Orange and welcome to the channel. Here I cover everything happiness and how to apply the science of positive psychology to take steps to improve your life and be happy. So if you want to be a little happier, think about liking and subscribing. Your brain can be trained to see positive or negative patterns in your life. These patterns are shaped by the world around us and what we have experienced throughout life. Society doesn't always help us either, because society rewards us for finding problems. At work or school, editing a paper, seeing the injustices in the world, or calling someone out for their incorrect grammar online. But the main point is that we are trained to find problems. When we end up always looking for the problem, that is the problem. Wait, your brain can get stuck in these mental patterns. Always looking for the negatives lowers our motivation and creativity, and raises our stress. This all happens because your brain has evolved to not focus on the stuff you don't find important. You look at so much stuff every day and most of it is forgotten because most of it is unimportant. Who needs to remember the color of all those houses you drove by, what the candy is at the checkout, or your significant other's face? You actually only consciously perceive about 1% of the stuff you look at. When your brain is trained to look for the negatives in life, your brain ignores all the good stuff. We too often see what we're looking for. A cool example of this is the basketball awareness study. It has gotten pretty famous, so you might already know it. I'll link it down below, but spoilers, the experiment is a bunch of people just passing a basketball around. But you as the observer have to count how many times the ball has been passed. Easy, right? The funny thing is, a gorilla just walks through the whole scene and only about half the people ever notice it. 50% of the people miss it. It's so obvious when you're looking for it, but our brains can ignore a lot of blatant things. Anyone ever been in love before? Oh, got me. So I don't want to see only the negative stuff in life. I want to see the good stuff too. Just as society trained our brains to look for the negative parts of life, you can train your brains to look for the positives too. The good and bad part of this is that the negative and positive paths both promote themselves. That's why it's so easy to get stuck in a rut, but we can use this to our advantage. When we start to prepare our brains for positive things, it helps us notice the good things better. You become more grateful because you are now noticing all these new good things in your life. Being more grateful makes you happier. For more, check out my video on gratitude. You start to expect more good things to happen and you start to become more optimistic, making you even happier. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like getting famous on YouTube, right? Studies have shown that people who think they are luckier actually have more good things happen to them. I guess we really do make our own luck. You can now start to see that smile that was on your friend's face the whole time. But we can't all just have our heads in the clouds only seeing the positive things in life. Why can't we? It seems good to me. You're right, sometimes seeing the bad stuff is helpful to notice. This may not be a shocker, but the actual bad things can find a way in, no matter how positive you think. So you won't miss them, don't worry about it. But focusing on the good allows you to see more positives in your own life overall. The best way to train your brain to see the positive in life is to just think about good things. So down below in the comments, list a few things in your life that are good. Start with 3 and see if you can add more. Start to train your brain to see the positives. It's harder than you might think. This is part 3 in a series I am making about how happiness leads to success. Check out the playlist over here. And if you like what you see, like and subscribe. I'm Luke the Orange. Thanks for watching.